All right, Mike McGroarty here. Today I want to talk to you about growing plants in beds and when it makes sense and when it doesn't make sense, and you know, whether or not you're interested in growing plants for fun or profit. It really doesn't make any difference. You know, gardeners are gardeners, and we all love plants. I mean, I've been doing this my whole life, and I don't really know how to do anything else. But what Dustin and I are doing today, it's about April 16th, I think, and we're pushing to get some stuff dug. It's cooler today. That's a good thing, because once things leaf out, we can't dig anymore. But I put a ton of stuff in beds, and what I want to do is I'm trying to open up this bed right here because I need this space. So I've got a bed here that's, I don't know, 50 to 70 feet long. So we've already dug all of that. And what we have in this bed are Japanese maples. We've dug this one. We got all kinds of. This is Sumangashi. We've dug Crimson Queen out of here. This one right here is Fire Glow. That's a real nice red one. What are these, Sangukaku, or is that something different here? Yeah, Sangukaku. So this one's got red stems. But I think one of the messages is that, of course, if you're doing it at home, you're just gardening for fun, then you want all these varieties. But if your heart is in growing plants for profit, putting things in a small container and selling them for $5.97 really makes a lot more sense. I love Japanese maples, so when we first started developing this property, we started planning on it about 4 years ago. I bought thousands of them. We got this whole area right here is packed full of Japanese maples. I've got Japanese maples over there. I've got Japanese maples up there. I got Japanese maples everywhere. We have some that we sell for $5.97. They're seedlings, and I buy them out of Oregon for probably around, with freight, I think maybe $1.50. And so we use those. People love those. Some people are collectors. They want the rare varieties. But you know, when you put things in beds, getting them out is work. We've been out here for a couple hours this morning digging, and you know, we're both pretty well exhausted. We dug this whole bed. Now we got 4 plants here. All the ones that I just picked up and showed you that are bare root, Kathy and Pam are up there. They're putting them in containers. We're going to put them in like a 3-gallon container, and most of those will sell for about $39. But my point is, it's a whole lot easier to sell a plant for $5.97. People will buy them much quicker. They will buy 5, 6, 8, 10 of them. They really have to think long and hard when they start investing $39 or more in a plant. Now, we left these 4 here because they're really too big for a container. So I'm going to put a ball on this one. We've kind of documented this before, but we'll do it in this video again. But this kind of gives you an idea of how much work it is to harvest one plant that's growing in a bed, in the ground, to put a ball on it. And then hopefully, in this sandy soil, I'm going to get it out of here in one piece. That's always a challenge too. So far, so good. Well, that actually worked pretty well, so I'm happy with that. This tree, probably going to put, I don't know, somewhere between, I'm probably going to put $79 on it. And, you know, it's nice when you sell a plant for $79, but it's a whole lot easier to sell $25 plants than it is a $79 plant. And when I sell a $25 plant, I can pick 3 up in each hand and help the customer carry them to the car. You can see that just digging this thing has gotten me out of breath. Dustin's younger than I am, and you know, it's wearing him out too. It's work. I don't mind work, but there's a limit to how much of this you can get done in a day. So in a minute, I'm going to take you over. I'm going to show you a much better option, a simpler way to, I think, to make money in this business. So,
what kind of plant is that?
This is that Suma Nagashi. It's a Japanese maple. It's a, you know, here's a kicker. I bought all these out of Oregon because, you know, in order for me to grow this, I got to grow a seedling. Then I have to graft this onto a seedling. You can see the graft union right here on these. Well, this is Hobbs Red Willow. But anyway, that's the graft union. Let me show you here. Here's the graft union. So this was a seedling, and then this was grafted onto it. Then you have to grow out the graft. It's a time-consuming process. I bought these out of, do a little pruning. I got 2 rabbit ears antennas sticking up. So I'm going to take them down. That way the whole plant is balanced. There's some dead twigs in here. I'm not going to bother with those because that's the kind of pruning that Pam likes to do during the sale. She just walks around and prunes everything as she helps customers and answers questions. So anyway, there's my bald Japanese maple. Now let's walk on the other side of the donkey fence, and I'm going to show you a much similar option if you're interested in growing and selling plants for profit. So we'll make that a separate video, I think.